Runners, I've been reading through all the running research that just came out in January 2026, and I've picked the top 10 studies every runner needs to know about. Forget the stuff you've heard a million times from your coach or the internet. This is brand new science. Let's count down from number 10 to number 1. Number 10, Allen's study on female athletes and the menstrual cycle. They tracked female athletes over 13 weeks using Oura rings and force plates. The finding? Power output and recovery both dropped in the luteal phase, even when athletes slept the same amount. The takeaway for female runners, you might want to prioritize extra sleep during the luteal phase. Your body needs different things at different times of the month. Number 9, Banag's study compared breathing exercises versus flexibility exercises for improving aerobic capacity. Both improved aerobic capacity over 6 weeks. But here's what's interesting. Breathing exercises showed greater improvements than flexibility work. Breathing work directly targets respiratory efficiency, while stretching helps more indirectly. So maybe add some dedicated breathing drills to your routine. Number 8. Kwan's study looked at optimal training load for half marathon runners. They found that periodizing your training volume correctly is key. Too much too fast leads to injury and burnout. The sweet spot? Gradual build-up with proper recovery weeks. It's not about how many days you run, it's about how you structure the load over time. Build smart, not just more. Number 7, Sorensen introduces something called Neuromuscular recruitment runs, or NRRs. These are short sprint bursts, 30 to 45 seconds at 5K pace, with full recovery. They wake up your fast-twitch muscle fibers without creating metabolic fatigue. Think of them like strides, but with science behind them. They keep your legs sharp and help prevent that dead legs feeling at mile 20. Add them once or twice a week. Number 6, Lucas studied ischemic preconditioning, basically blood flow restriction before training. Sounds sketchy, right? But here's the wild part. After 8 weeks, the blood flow restriction group improved their VO2 max by 7.6% versus only 2.7% for the control group. 7.6% in already trained runners, and they could run faster at the same effort. The blood volume adaptations alone are impressive. This is one to watch. Number 5, Grivas published practical guidelines for developing negative split pacing, finishing the second half of a race faster than the first. The key insight, negative split pacing is a trainable skill, not just talent. It requires lactate threshold work, VO2 kinetics, central fatigue resistance, and pacing awareness. They even provide a 6-week training block, so yes, you can actually practice running the second half faster. Go out conservative, finish strong. Number 4, Shannon's research on strength training for trail runners. Turns out leg day really does pay off. They found that strength deficit, the gap between your actual strength and what you need, directly correlates with running biomechanics. Weaker athletes showed worse form, especially on technical terrain. So if you're skipping strength work because you think it'll make you slow, you're actually hurting your running form. Number 3, HIIT Meta-Analysis looked at 18 studies on HIIT for already trained athletes. Does HIIT improve everything? Not quite. HIIT improved VO2 max and running speed in trained athletes, but here's what it did not improve: jump performance or power measures. So if you're already fit, HIIT helps your aerobic system but won't make you more explosive. Different tools for different adaptations. Can't expect one training method to do everything. Number 2, Wu's study on foam rolling for muscle soreness. This one's a myth buster. They compared vibrating foam rollers, non-vibrating foam rollers, and plain old static stretching for DOMS recovery. The result? No significant difference between any of them. That $200 vibrating roller works exactly the same as a simple stretch. Save your money. Old school wins this round. And the number 1 study of January 2026, Pilotto's case study of Giuseppe Ottaviani, the 81-year-old world record holder in the 50-kilometer race walk. His VO2 max, 52.8 milliliters per kilogram per minute. That's the highest ever recorded in an octogenarian ever in all of scientific literature. 52.8. That's higher than most recreational runners in their 20s. At 81 years old, let that sink in. But here's what makes it even more incredible. His running economy, how efficiently he uses oxygen, is comparable to elite athletes decades younger. He's been training consistently for over 60 years. Low resting heart rate, excellent cardiac function, and the resilience of someone half his age. This proves it. Age is not an excuse to stop. Keep moving, keep training, keep pushing. The body responds no matter how old you are. Giuseppe is living proof. So there you have it. 10 fresh studies from January 2026, from menstrual cycle training to an 81-year-old with lungs of steel. Quick recap. Save your money on vibrating foam rollers, add some NRRs and strength work, practice negative splits, and remember, your potential doesn't expire with age. Keep learning, keep running, and remember, the science is always evolving. See you next time.